What's up, YouTube? My name is Mike, and welcome to 3D, Dad's Do's and Don'ts. So, quick video here about a story that's really taken the nation by storm, immigration, and particularly the fact that ICE is going to go out allegedly this weekend and start doing a bunch of raids to try and get a bunch of immigrants rounded up and deported. Now, there's a couple things about that. Number one, first fact that is necessary to know before we cast any sort of a judgment on this situation is that every single person that's name is on this list for deportation has already gone through the court hearings and the proceedings necessary to come up with the conclusion of whether or not they should be allowed to stay. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody that's on that list showed up to court. But what that means is they had their opportunity to have their case heard in front of a judge. It was heard, and they were denied the right to stay in this country. So, as our laws state, it's time now to go and get them and make them leave, because they're not going to leave on their own. They came to stay. They didn't come to leave. So, throughout the course of my news this morning, I'm on MSNBC and CNN, and I'm listening to a lot of these Democratic senators and people in power having these very, very negative things to say about ICE and about these raids and about how it was, terrorizing communities and how it was, racist and unfair and all this different type of stuff. So I've got a couple of questions for y'all. Number one, what do you think about this situation? Should ICE carry out these raids and try and gather people up that are supposed to be deported? Or should they just let it go and let them stay anyway? My second question is, if we do just let them stay, then why have any immigration laws at all? What's the sense? We're a sovereign nation. We have a set of immigration laws, and more it is becoming more difficult to uphold those laws. This is not a group of people that was picked out of a hat that had come across the border and they said, you know what, we're just going to get rid of them all. No, what happened is they were given their day in court. It was determined that they weren't allowed to stay. And so now it is time to enforce those rules or those rulings that they have to go. Because if we don't enforce them, then what was the sense in having the judge, having the court hearings, tying up taxpayer dollars for the stenographer and everybody that goes into having a court hearing and the lawyers that are coming to represent each side and just everything that goes on and all of the money that it costs to have these hearings? What is the sense? I don't understand. The thing that really got me to want to make this video was a statement made by a Democratic senator out of Hawaii. Let me read it. It's Hirono, Mazie Hirono. She said, "I hardly think it's law and order where you go in and terrorize neighborhoods and communities with these type of raids. It's not illegal to seek asylum." That's how she finished it. It's not illegal to seek asylum. And you know what? She is right. It's not illegal to seek asylum. Certainly not. They did that. They sought asylum. Their cases were heard, and they were denied asylum in this country. So now, let them stay or make them leave. I am on the side of make them leave. And I'm sure people will think, oh, how you feel that way? You're a minority. How can you be racist? And all the things that are pushed down our throats that we're supposed to believe about this situation. But the reality of it is not racist to have a set of immigration laws. It is not racist to enforce those laws. And it is not racist to expect there to be some sort of a standard for people coming into this country. If you just let everybody in and you don't want borders at all, then okay, make that be known. But my issue is people are trying to tell everybody in one breath, we need strong immigration laws, we need good security, yada yada. But when it comes time to actually enforce those laws, then it becomes a humanitarian crisis. Then it becomes racist. Then it becomes something that is not okay anymore. And I just don't understand that. Everybody in this country basically is an immigrant. This whole country was founded on immigrants, the big melting pot. But there are proper ways to do it, and there are improper ways to do it. If you can get into this country and you can stay here for 100 years and nobody is the wiser, then hey, I guess you got away with one. But the reality of it is, all of these people had their day in court. And now, as it stands, they are not allowed to stay. I would love somebody to change my mind about this. Explain to me what makes this a terroristic type of thing, raiding these communities. What makes this racist? What makes this a problem? Why is this not okay? And why is it being politicized to the point of pitting one side against the other? You can be open-minded, you can be liberal and still believe in immigration laws. You can believe in immigrant rights. You can believe in an immigrant that's seeking asylum, their right to have a fair hearing. You can believe in all that and still, on the other side of it, enforce when they're not allowed to stay. That is okay. That is not racist. That is not terroristic. It's just not. And if anybody can change my mind, I would love to hear it. Please drop a comment below. Send me a message. However you want to do it. I can stand straight. And if I'm wrong about this, if I'm seeing this in the wrong light, then I would love to hear from people that have a different outlook. Explain to me how I should see this. Because the way I see it is people came, they were given the opportunity to seek asylum, they were denied the right of asylum in this country, and now they're trying to send them back to where they came from. Nobody was tripping about this in the Obama administration. You know how many immigrants Obama deported? Way more than Trump. Does anybody even care about that? Does anybody even... the only people I hear ever talking about that is Fox News. I get tired of listening to Fox News because they're so over the top, just like CNN, just on the opposite side of the spectrum. But nobody's saying this. Nobody in mainstream media mentions the amount of deportations that went on during the Obama administration. It's kind of crazy, don't you think? Change my mind, please. Have a great day. God bless you. And be sure to watch 3D's videos.